What's up, my friends? It's me, Mr. Mingoni, your art teacher. And I'm here in my house right now, as you are as well. Uh, you see some instruments behind me. This is also where I make music. It's my music studio and my art studio. So, if you're wondering what all this stuff is behind me, it's guitars and stuff like that. Because you know what I say? I say music is art that you can hear, right? So, I hope you're excited to make some art today. I know I am. And one thing I want you to remember as we're doing these lessons is I know that you don't all have super fancy art supplies at home, okay? And that is just fine. Some of you might, and that's cool. But if I just want you to use whatever you can find. So any like papers or old notebooks, even if you just have a pencil or a pen, anything. You can do these lessons um, with the minimum amount of art supplies. So just get whatever you can find, and there's no pressure there. I'm not collecting this lesson just yet. We will do grading by the end of the second trimester, and I will be sure to let you know how to turn anything in or if you need to turn anything in. But for now, we're just making art, so you can relax a little bit and have some nice art time. So, I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing some geometric art. Okay, so geometric means, geometric shapes. It's like geometry is a type of math that uses shapes. And a lot of times people like to combine art and math together. Go figure. So check this out here. Hang on. I'm going to show you some cool examples of geometric art. Here's some really cool stuff. This is just what I found on a Google search, and there are endless possibilities of how you can make art with shapes. Look at this one, that's really pretty. This is all triangles. Just triangles nested into other triangles. That's the only shape they used. Look at this one. This one has all different shapes, and it's almost like they're layered over each other, and there's patterns inside of them. This one, they put a bunch of shapes over each other and then colored them all in different colors. That's cool. This one they even did some shading, some dark and light shading, added some shadows underneath. And look here, they made some animals out of shapes. These are just some really awesome examples of what you can do with geometric art. Look at that one. Oh, that looks so cool. The possibilities are endless, and the chances are yours aren't going to look like any of these, and that's great. All of our art should be unique. We want it to be unique and original. So I'm gonna make some art here. We're gonna chill. We got some nice jazzy music going on to help us relax while we make our art. And I'm gonna aim my camera down so you can see my paper. Okay, so just let me get that set up for you. Okay. Sometimes I struggle with that part. That went pretty smooth though. And just an extra special hello to anybody who's joining us for these distance learning lessons that hasn't done this before. Because some of you have been doing this the whole year. Some of you, this is your first one. So welcome to the art party. I also want you to know if you're looking for extra art to do, you can look through this YouTube channel. This video is on YouTube. You just click on my name, Mr. Mingoni. And you can look at all the old lessons from any grade. There's got to be 100 of them on there by now. So if you want extra art lessons, they're out there. You feel free to use them, okay? I want you to use them. So you gobble up as much art time as you want. Okay, so here we go. We're going to make some art using geometric shapes. Here's my art supplies. Just Crayola markers here, and I've got a big old box of crayons, okay? This is a thing of beauty. Look at this. I know y'all appreciate this. Ooh, that's a fresh box of crayons. Has not been touched. It's almost a shame to use it, but you know what? I gotta. That's what it's for. And you know what? Sometimes I smell the crayons. Isn't that weird? They smell so good. It just smells like art. It's like the smell of art. I'm trying to put these somewhere where you can see them. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so I'm gonna make some stuff with geometric shapes. And I don't want you to do it exactly like mine, but you can take some ideas from me, get some inspiration, but do it your own way. I'm going to use markers first, and then I'm going to color it with crayons, because the marker's a little darker. my favorite geometric shape is a triangle, so I'm going to start with a big triangle. And I like to do this triangle. It's actually called the Sierpinski pyramid. It's a funny name. It has a triangle inside of it. See that? And then each one of these on the outside also has a triangle inside of it. And you guessed it, all those ones have triangles inside of them. You see that? So this is just an example of like nesting shapes into each other and how you can have fun with that, okay? You could try something like that. Maybe, look, I can build some triangles off of it. So I put a triangle here, and then a triangle here, and then a triangle here, and one here. You see how I'm doing that? That's fun. I can make them get smaller and smaller in some spots. That's kind of interesting look. And now I'm getting into some different kind of squares, just random shapes. I'm going to do a bunch of small shapes here. And then maybe have them kind of get bigger as it goes out. The triangles kind of turn into squares. That's okay. So there's not really like too much structure with this one other than like play with shapes. Just make your art completely out of shapes and see what happens. Like that looks pretty interesting, I think. And I think everybody has fun kind of drawing lines and like connecting lines through them and making lines inside of them and things like that. It's fun. It's really interesting. This almost reminds me of like a crystal. Another thing you can do is like draw a shape like this, and then maybe you draw another shape that goes over it like this. And look, now I drew two shapes, but it's three. Look, one shape, two shape, three shapes. And you could color all those at different colors. And you could keep going with this kind of thing. Be a rhombus. Rhombus, man. That was a reference to Storybots. I don't know if any of you watch Storybots. That's an awesome show. There's a guy who really likes a rhombus. He's like, a rhombus. It's pretty funny. That's a rhombus, by the way. Some people call it a diamond. What else can we do with some shapes? Oh, you know what I like to do? Here's a geometric thing I like to do. Big circle. And then little circles. And then smaller circles, and they just keep getting smaller and smaller. It's kind of fun. And then even smaller circles on the outside. That looks really cool. I like that a lot. So all different ideas of things we could do with geometric shapes. And, you know, I don't quite want mine to look like, you know, different parts. I want them to all be together, so I'm going to kind of work on how can I connect these and make them flow together. There we go. Now it's looking like one big crazy thing. Put a circle around you. Check this one out. This is a cool thing to do. It's kind of like what I did before, but a little more organized. So I do a circle, and then I do big circle, and then medium circles on each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then tiny circles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 tiny circles. And then if you can even manage it, 3 little tiny circles on that one. And then you just keep drawing tiny circles forever and ever. No, I'm just kidding. If my marker was small enough, maybe I would, but this is about as small as I'm going to get on this one. But that looks pretty neat. I like that. That looks really neat. It actually kind of made a square, didn't it? I made a square out of circles. What a world. Alright. That's a lot of cool geometric shapes. Look at this thing. It's almost like this is like a wheel. It's like some big weird vehicle thing. I don't know. Your art doesn't necessarily have to be something, right? It doesn't have to be like a car or a flower or a person. It could just be shapes. There's plenty of people who just make geometric art, and that's that. So I'm going to say that's it for my marker drawing, and I'm going to start coloring this with some crayons. Alright. Oh yeah, and I kind of forgot to mention, with these videos, there's a couple ways you can do it. You can either draw right along with me, so you can be just drawing right now, which I'm sure a lot of you are, or you could just watch it and then wait till the end and draw on your own time. That's fine. However, whatever works for you. But I definitely want you to be making it. Either way, I want you to make sure you're doing it, okay? What color am to start with? How am I ever going to decide? Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to close my eyes and just pick one randomly. This one. Ooh, robin's egg blue. That should work pretty well. And the reason I picked crayons is because you can also do this with colored pencils. I can kind of shade dark to light. You see, like if I press a little harder with the crayon, it's darker. And if I get a little lighter, it gets lighter. It's a little hard to see with the robin's egg, but you can see it. Check that out. And, see that? Dark to light. If I wanted to really drive that point home, I would get like a darker color, like maybe a dark blue. This is cerulean. That's not even dark enough for me. Really dark blue or a purple, and can layer it over that robin's egg blue to make it a little darker on that dark part. You see that? You can layer crayons together too. It looks really nice. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn my mic off for a little bit so we can focus, and I'm going to just have this music playing and finish this drawing with you. Let's have some drawing time. Here we go. Well, friends, we've got about 8 minutes left of art time, so you should be moving on to just kind of doing some finishing touches and things like that. If you look at mine, you can see let's see, I did some like dark to light shading, but also on some of these, I used two colors at once. So this one I went purple, dark to light, but I also put in some red with the purple. You see that? And I did that on some of the other colors as well. I added a little glow around it. See that? You could add more details to yours if you want. You could add little shapes inside of your shapes or patterns. You could even just start a whole new one if you want to. Okay? So just keep on drawing. I thought I was done, but I think I'm going to keep adding a little more. I think I'll just go in and just keep adding smaller and smaller shapes in some of these parts. I hope you're enjoying your art. I hope this art time kind of gives you a little change in your day, a little something different, a little time to relax. Time to express your creativity. One thing I really like about art is when there's not really an exact right way to do it. I know some people like that, and that's fine too, but a lot of school and learning is, well, here's the right answer, or here's the right way to do this. And it's good to have some parts of school that are not like that, that are a little more open for you to be creative and come up with your own thing. Because that helps you develop something called creative problem solving, right? The problem is, well, how am I going to do this? And you have to come up with a solution of how you're going to do it. And your brain, your brain is like a muscle. Okay? So like when you work out your muscles, what happens? They get stronger, right? So the more you work out your creative problem solving, the stronger that muscle is going to get. And that's one of the most important reasons, I think, to make art, is it is an incredible exercise for your creative problem solving. And why is that important? Well, even if you just think about the name, problem solving, okay? We all run into problems in our life. It's normal, it's part of life. But if you are a really strong creative problem solver, you are going to be really good at finding ways to help make those problems better, not only for you, but for people around you. The world has problems that need to be solved, and we need creative problem solvers to help us with them. So it's pretty important. So not only are we having fun when we make art, but you're becoming a better creative problem solver. And that's really important. You're going to be a happier person if you're a problem solver. And if I'm being honest, I think creative people are just more fun. I know I have a lot of fun because I'm creative. And I think my friends like me because I'm creative, and I like my friends because they're creative. We have a lot of fun together. We do fun things. And one time, we made up our own sport. We used our creative problem solving. Our problem was, hey, we're bored. We don't have anything to do. And what was our solution? Well, we got this roll of duct tape and a broom and a shovel. Maybe we could make up a sport. And we did. We made up an entire game with rules and everything. And to be honest, we play it a lot. We have a tournament every year. Because it's so much fun. And it's creative. It's something we came up with, and that makes it special. That's just one example. Maybe when you're looking for something to do and you don't feel like drawing, you could make up a sport. How about this? Get some toys from around your house, make up a sport with your toys. Get some Hot Wheels cars and a board or a couple of books and like make a game out of it. I don't know. who can drive off the Hot Wheels cars into. I don't want to come up with it for you. I want just trying to give an example, but you know, make up a game and play the game, and then fix the rules a little bit, revise it a little bit to make it more fun or more fair or more challenging. Is it easy? Is it too hard? How can we fix it? That's a good exercise and it's a lot of fun. And you'll connect with anybody that you have in your house doing that too. Have something to do with them as well. Bring creativity into everything you do. Friends, we got about 2 more minutes, alright? I'm just gonna keep doodling and doodling like a doodling hooligan who's Googling again. A doodling hooligan who's Googling noodles again. This has turned into a pretty cool drawing. I think when I thought I was done at first, it was okay, and then when I added a lot more, it became really cool. So I'm glad I added more, and that's why I always try to get my students to say, what else can I add? Because we always want to just be like, okay, I'm done. But just try to push it a little more. You'll have a little more fun with it. It'll get a little cooler. Let's try to push it a little further. What else can I add? What else can I add? This thing almost reminds me of some kind of machine or robot or something. I don't know. You have to use your imagination. There's no right answer for what this thing is, but there are probably hundreds of answers. Alright. Well, I'm going to wrap it up, everybody. Cool. Alright, here we go. Oh, and I'm on the ceiling. Ah! Okay, well, I guess I'll wrap up the lesson. Here I am hanging from the ceiling. It was really good to see you all. I guess I don't get to see you right now. I'm just used to saying that. But it was really nice to have this art time with you. And I actually will get to see you soon because you know how at the end of the day you have like around 2:30 we have some open time. All right, I'm still trying to figure out how to do this. All right, I gotta get down from the ceiling. I'm done with that. Hang on. Gotta have fun with it, right? So there's that time at the end of the day around 2:30 that's kind of like an open time, and my goal is to make some kind of like art hangouts where you can make art, I'll make art, and we'll be like in a Google meeting together. We could show each other our art and hang out. This is all new to me, so I have not figured out how to do that yet, but I will, and that's something that I hope to do in the future. So I will get to see you soon. It's going to be really fun. Everybody, hang in there, okay? Art is going to be a really good way for you to fill some time that you have when you're at home. Not only is it fun, but you actually are getting better at something, and it feels so good to be getting better at something, okay? So I love playing video games so much, right? But it's good to try to do things to better yourself too, right? Like making art is fun and it's a skill that you're building as well. Um, so keep making art and things are going to get better. We're going to get back to normal. I promise. Okay. Just get through this time and make the most of it. Let's have fun with it, right? Let's do some things we can't normally do. I'm going to try to have as much fun as we can with these lessons. And final message is you can send me your art. Okay, send it to my email. You can find it on the distance learning webpage. I think, you know what, I'm going to put my email in the descriptions of the videos as well. So you can send me pictures of your artwork. You don't have to. It's not graded right now. I'll let you know when we do grade. This is just to share. And sometimes I'll put them into like an online art gallery for us to share. All right, so feel free to send me your art. I love to see my students' artwork. I miss you all already. Have fun out there. Make the most of it, okay? And make lots of art. Bye bye.